Hello, everybody. This is Michael from JamOnBread.io, and today we've got Speechmore from the Diamond Hooves on the channel. Speechmore, welcome.
Hello, hello. How are you doing today, Michael?
All right, it's quite early here where I am. What time is it in your time zone?
It is 10:42 p.m. I'm in sunny California. Well, now it's nighttime, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
normally sunny.
All right. So yeah, we are gonna get this video down so you can go to sleep and work on the project early from the morning tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, let's jump into our 10 questions we prepared in advance, and we are going to get the audience acquainted with some insights from the Diamond Hooves. All right, question number one. Can you give us a 30-second overview of the Diamond Hooves?
Yes. So Diamond Hooves is a revolutionary CNFT collection of 7,500 horses, transforming digital horse ownership on the Cardano blockchain. We're essentially adding three dynamic game types to the horse racing environment, which are mini games, games, and races, which all work as deflationary mechanisms for our utility game token. Essentially, we've created an ecosystem that you can engage with, whether you choose gameplay or whether you simply stake your horses the old-fashioned way. You can earn rewards in this unique ecosystem, and we're extremely excited to kind of unpack all of that for you today.
Perfect. Okay, let's move on to question number two then. What utility comes with owning those NFTs?
That's a great question. One of the things that we've created or one of the approaches that we took when rebranding to Diamond Hoops was considering various investor types or holder types, if you will. And so what we did is create various ways or paths to interact with our ecosystem, and those are four key ways um, that I'll mention now. You can interact, or the utility that you can get from owning a diamond hoop is just simply as a collector, an NFT holder who appreciates art. You can then stake that and earn our token. If you want to take it a step further, if you want to interact, you want to play to earn, you can then step in a little further. You enable that by purchasing a stable, and you can then, interact with our mini games, our games, and our races, which are scheduled for later on this year. If you're not a gamer and you just want to spectate, you can also do that. We also have another pathway to interact with the Diamond Hoops ecosystem, which is as an entrepreneur slash stable owner. You essentially provide services as a stable owner, renting out the occupancy in your stable owner to other partner NFTs. And so that's one interesting way, something new that we're excited to talk about with
Mhm.
regards to our stable that we're introducing to this place. And then lastly, as a trader, you can just, holding our NFT will allow you to earn our token. Lastly, that V1 NFT will also earn you a V2 NFT that it will be virtually free. You just have to
Mhm.
pay the minting costs. And so essentially, that's the beauty of holding one of our NFTs is you can engage in various ways and earn our token.
Okay, question number three. How did you come up with the idea?
Yeah, so initially when this project started, we were initially Filthy Rich Horses. That was when the project was under the management of, well, essentially another project manager. And when we took over this project, one of the things that we wanted to do was expand, to a larger holder base or larger audience. And so, we started looking at the art, we started looking at, the positives and negatives of what our collection brought to this space. And, when we brought this whole idea of horse racing to these particular horses, they just didn't fit the bill, right? Like our old V1 collection of horses looked like they wanted to party instead of
Mm.
race. And so, what we decided to do was essentially rebrand to a collection that kind of made the horses represent, their essential use case, which is racing. And so that's where you get this new, this is where you get this economy of horse racing. But we took it a step further and we said, you know what, the four-legged horse racing thing has been done. Let's do the track and field thing with our particular horses, and now you have our two-legged horses here. And that was kind of like the beginning of this ideation that turned into Diamond Hoops.
Question number four. what is the team behind the Diamond Hooves?
Yes, the team is an international team actually, of business owners, of artists, just a collection of creatives that kind of come together to bring you, Diamond Hoops. I myself, I'm Speech More. Worked in corporate America in various, finance, project management, and analytical roles for about 20 years. Bringing concepts from ideation to completion.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have at the top there, who's also part of our team. That's John Herza. John is a business owner in real life. And so he runs the in-house organizational aspects of our business, the contracts, the code of conduct things, the boring day-to-day things, right? But he does it very
Mm-hmm.
well. Top right, then you have Manu, who is our concept artist. Manu is exceptional when it comes to ideation. It goes a little bit like this. We give Manu idea, and she comes back with 20 sketches, right? That's the beauty of having, her on our team, is that we can ideate and see things almost in real time. Then you
Mm-hmm.
have the middle left. That's Sam, our blockchain dev. Sam is the CEO of Adaxon. He's also the CTO of Newcast. And so, or excuse me, the technical lead, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And then over to the right, oh, that's actually John. So I got him mixed up. So we'll just say that that's Q. And so Q is our strategic partnerships manager. Q essentially has his ear to the ground, and he just ensures that we create partnerships that are fruitful. For example, he created the relationship actually that led to our new art, or that signature art style, which is another artist that we haven't yet introduced to the Cardano community, but is collaborating with our current artists. But
Mm-hmm.
Q definitely is in real life. He also is a businessman, and so it was very appropriate to put him in the strategic partnerships manager role. Bottom left um, is Thomas. Thomas is he drew our V1 collection. So you all know Thomas from V1. He brought you Filthy Rich Horses and that very unique signature style that's kind of where we started, and essentially allowed us to establish that foundation. In the middle, you have Vince, who spent his time on a couple of Cardano projects, but he's our community manager, and essentially, Vince runs the day to day. He's our front line. You can find him in the Discord on a daily basis, helping us manage community. It's an essential job, and really
Mm-hmm.
appreciate Vince on the team. And then you have Pink Queen, our branding guru. Pink Queen has spent a lot of time in online marketing. She spent her time, as a marketing professional and branding, and so she allows us to stay on task, if you will. A lot of the times when you have this many creatives and visionaries on the team, well, you
Yeah.
sometimes you can think your way think your way to things that aren't necessarily feasible, and Pink Queen as a branding manager helps to keep us back on track.
Mm-hmm.
We also have various mods on the team that have been helping throughout this time. Siddharth, we have our RC Kev and Boss as well, who are assisting us. And then there's some silent members that you haven't really heard from as well, helping with strategic partnerships, helping us secure, AMAs and marketing. And so, yeah, I mean, essentially what you
Mm-hmm.
get with our project is a fully comprehensive team behind our product.
Great, great. Okay, I think it's important to show people like how many team members there have to be in order to run the project successfully. It's not really one-man job if you want to do things properly.
It's impossible to do this as a one person job.
Yes. Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
all the source of strength that I derive is from my team.
Mm.
And so, anytime I see a small NFT project with one or two people, you know, I
Yeah.
think, wow, you're going to have an extremely difficult time managing that project, because
Mm.
just community alone requires 4 people or so, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
There's like a warning sign. Yeah. All right.
right,
Great.
right, right.
So, next question we are going to jump into. What was the greatest obstacle?
I think this is something that's not, that's common news, that is common news on the Cardano, Twitter sphere, if you will. So our project was initially a rug. The previous project manager had some issues with the project. Essentially, was not able to manage it. He left for mental health reasons. We didn't really get too much into all that. We just came in and put the community first and tried to turn it around. When the current team now, which is all the folks that I just mentioned, when the seven of us or so that came now, you also combine the artists. When we came in, um, the floors were $3. I think it was like 8 ADA at that time. And so, we've spent a considerable amount of time just building this project back, creating trust, providing value. Like I said, this project was just a PFP. So, if we talk about the greatest obstacle, for us, it was taking a PFP that was worth $3 and or at that time 8 ADA and getting it up to about 153 ADA, and I think that's around what $33. To us, that was our greatest obstacle, and now after doing that, we feel extremely confident that we're going to continue that trend. Diamond Hooves for us represents a journey, but it also represents a second chance, and a second
Yeah.
chance not for us but for the community. And so, yeah, that was what kind of led, or that was the biggest obstacle that we've kind of
Mhm.
overcome, at
Yeah,
least recently.
It's great to see that you were able to revive the project after what it's been through and after basically being rugged. It is great that you were able to put it back on track.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that,
I'm definitely excited to be able to do this for the community. I think
yeah.
one of the community members recently was in the Discord saying that they made $10,000 profit from this team, and so I think
Hmm.
that speaks volumes to what we've brought to this project. The fact
Hmm.
that we took things that were virtually, worth nothing, and now people are making profit again. And so I think that's a testament to what the team can do.
Yeah.
And we're excited to continue to do this in this space with our upcoming stable mint.
Question number 6. What outcomes are you proud of the most?
That's a great question. Beyond just being able to turn this project around, um, the transition alone from just V1 to V2 is something we're extremely proud about. It shows growth of the team, of the artists. It shows our journey. You can essentially see, where we started and where we've arrived. And so for us, we're extremely proud of that journey. But also, we were after taking this project to where to the heights that we've taken it, we've actually been accepted into the Ape Society's incubator, which
Hmm.
essentially, we spend a considerable amount of time with the team distilling, this idea for an economy into this MVP that you see in front of you. And so, for us, it's something that we're extremely proud of to be able to go through that journey. Like we said, take something that was virtually, worth nothing, and then to give it value, and then to be able to then finesse that
Hmm.
into an
Hmm.
incubator deal is something we're extremely excited about.
Question number 7. What can we look forward to in the next 12 months?
Yes. So one of the exciting things that we have on the horizon right now is our stable mint. So we should be minting our 3D stables sometime. Uh, I will say mid-month, and we'll just leave it at that until we actually
Hmm.
have the physical date in hand.
Yeah.
But the unique thing about our stables in Q3 is it really unlocks our ecosystem, right? The stable, let's talk about the stable use case. In our ecosystem, the stable unlocks our mini games, our games, and our races. It unlocks staking, which then leads to token. We've created essentially this ecosystem that allows people to engage in those 4 various ways that I mentioned before, right? We talked about you can engage as just a collector, of someone who appreciates art, as a
Hmm.
gamer, a spectator, as an entrepreneur, or as a trader. But the stable is really where we reach out to our entrepreneurs. Like for this particular aspect of our model, you can rent out space in your 3D stables. You can rent that out to our partners who cannot earn this token. So that's what essentially we've created is this ecosystem that allows you to provide this service to folks who may not be interested, say, in entrepreneurship. And so
Hmm.
with these 3D stables, Yeah, you can actually pull it up right now. With these 3D stables, you'll see that they have an immense amount of depth. You can see that there's an animation, and they're just fun to look at. But beyond that, you can even upgrade the skins to silver, gold, bronze, and that provides you with additional capacity. So what have we created? We created essentially an upgradable stable that allows you to grow into. A lot of these NFTs don't allow you to grow. Essentially, what the founders are
Yeah.
doing is they send you one NFT and then they'll send you another NFT. But the reality is that you may have not gotten an additional value. With our stables, they're upgradable. So when you upgrade them and you invest further into them, you get more capacity, which leads to better rewards. And so we're really excited about our stable mint here in Q3. In Q4, we're going to be showing, a really cool addition to our ecosystem, and those are our riders. And so actually, sorry, we're not even calling them riders anymore. We're calling them allies. And essentially, what allies are is they're going to work as multipliers for our horses in the race. And so, we came up with a very, we think, a unique solution for this. Because they are allies, instead of mounting the horse, on its back, we decided to give it a place of honor on the shoulder, right? And so now our saddles essentially are on the top right or top left of the horse's shoulder, essentially as its right hand or left hand, rider. And so that's what we'll be bringing in Q4. The cool part about those is those riders will allow you to cool down. They'll allow you to heal faster, or to do unique things within the game. And then in 2024 is when we start really unrolling, the races. But that's essentially what we have scheduled for these next 12 months. Very exciting times, and we're really excited to just to show the community what we've been building.
Now, let's move on to the next question. Are you hiring? Are you looking for help?
Yes, actually, we continue to add people to our team as as we grow. And one of the things that I've been spending a considerable amount of time with, outside of doing, economics or the tokenomics, if you will, and the strategies, I've been spending a lot of time just as a general project manager, just coordinating, team meetings, team tasks. And so what we're looking for is a project coordinator. I can train them, but a project coordinator who can assist me with these kind of day-to-day functions, so that I can get back to the strategy, I can get back to the tokenomics, and to the things that really allow me to leverage my skill set.
Let's move on to the next question. Could you tell us something personal?
Oh, yeah. Personal. Well, I mean, I'm a PhD, and one of my passion is it's applied microeconomics, specifically behavior, but also rehabilitation. And so I spend a lot of time looking at equality and equity, at basically situations that revolve around break even. And so, this has really, I think, allowed me to really work that muscle, right? To kind of really weigh decisions. And as a founder, I think it gives me a unique advantage.
Great. Okay, cool. I can see from your profile that you're also a vet.
Yeah, I am. I served in the military for 4 years, in the U.S. Army. I was a paratrooper. It was quite an experience.
Wow.
One of those things where you look back, and you love it. You think you want to go back, but the reality is, I served 4 years, and I'm good with 4 years.
Yeah. I can't even imagine what is it like. So yeah.
It was
All
quite the
right.
journey.
And last question for today's interview. Can you give us some final suggestion for anybody who's listening?
Yeah, definitely. So, if you want to learn more about the Diamond Hooves project, please come on into our Discord. Plenty of alpha there, plenty of community members willing to help, get you the info that you need. Again, I want to bring everyone to the attention to our 3D stable mint, that's coming up this quarter. Supply will be released here soon, along with details regarding capacity. But again, these stables are extremely unique, as you just see that the spaceship just landed in the back. A very unique experience when it comes to the stable. But it's far greater than just the art. Like we said, this stable will allow you to upgrade and grow into it. It'll allow you to expand capacity, which you can then sell as a service to partner NFT stakers who don't have the ability to stake. Again, these stables are the only way to earn our deflationary token. And so we invite you all to come mint with us here in August. It's going to be exciting. We'll be having some sneak peeks of our stables here, and you're going to be able to see a gold one when we release it on Twitter very soon. Very exciting times for Diamond Hoops, and we hope to have you join the herd.
Great. I think that'll be it for today's interview. Thank you very much, Speechmore, for your time. We are not going to drag this any longer, so you can get your good sleep. And I hope we are going to speak again sometime towards the end of the year, and to kind of verify whether you were able to deliver on the promises and whatever we talked about today on the interview.
I'm looking forward to it. You can hold me to it. And I really enjoyed the interview. Thank you so much for giving us a platform to get our story out there and to tell folks about our mint.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much. Then have a good night then. Bye.
All right, I'll talk to you later.